Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Wana. I'm a global solution engineer at Sophos. Today, I'll be covering how to secure the remote employees working from anywhere. So in short, securing anywhere organizations and how we secure devices, how we secure data that hosting for those users. And let me start with the recent dynamics that change the way we work every day. And let's take a look at the past, the recent, remote working culture that we see across the world. And prior to COVID, this is what we observe. In the world, United States was one of the leading figure in terms of working from home, and we see about up to 74% increase after the COVID-19. And also, this is what we observe in the Sophos perspective. We have Sophos Connect clients. Sophos Connect client is VPN clients that allow users to dial in to the office as if that they are working from the office. So we see as increase in as many as 10 times the download increase during the COVID-19 periods. So a lot of company has shifted and embracing work from home, remote working cultures, especially during the COVID-19. And we are also seeing that as Gartner predicted, as many as 74% of the workforces, once this COVID-19 is over, they are expecting to work from remote locations, having like virtual conferences, virtual meeting, and so forth. So we are seeing the big shift of working culture after the COVID-19. And so this topic, we'll be spending a bit of time looking at how can we secure those remote devices, and how do we secure those data that hosted in the cloud, especially those with the elastic capability of expanding resources for those remote users. And also the way we consume those data also has changed. And especially when you look at some of those cloud collaborations, software as a service, like Jira, Wiki, and having those platform available, accessible from anywhere in the world, that eliminate the need for like face-to-face meeting, and you can still proceed with those project collaborations by having these web-based cloud applications, allow a lot of remote users to still having the level of productivity as if in their office. So also some of the data that we received from AWS, during this period, and AWS reported that the cloud storage has increased. So a lot of requests on the very high demand on increasing storage capability in the cloud. So a lot of organizations are expanding their infrastructure as a service in the cloud, expanding their presence in the cloud as well. So and IDC, this is again on the IDC, represent that 40% of this hyperscale cloud data center, growth by 40% by 2023. So we are expecting more companies embracing those collaborative platform like software as a service, infrastructure as a service. So there'll be more data being hosted in the cloud than on-prem itself. And that actually prompt the dynamics of the attack, the bad guys. So again, the adversary will evolve as well as the way we use these computing resources. So this is the sample attack kill chains. So prior to COVID, some of the bad actors, how they attack the organizations. So typically they start with the client-side exploitations, where they send a malicious email, let user click, exploit from the vulnerability on the client machine. Then they literally move across the network, targeting domain controllers, more valuable data, and from there they spread across the network and either steal the informations or cripple the organizations through ransomware attack. So this is the example of rook ransomware attack kill chains. This dynamic might change, the way we embrace the anywhere organizations. So we will take a look at some of the attack surface, how we can mitigate them with some of the solutions. So again, like the ransomware, we are expecting to see some of the ransomware hit in coming years. And this is some of the survey that we did across the IT managers in different countries. So we conducted these surveys through independent organizations called Venson Born, and we get feedback. As many as 51% of the organizations got hit by ransomware, and as many as 73% of those victims, where the bad guys managed to encrypt the victim data, so successfully executed their attack and asked for ransom. And so when we did further analysis on those victims, as many as 70% of them, the incidents related to cloud security. We will cover that a little bit more in the later part. Especially when we use collaboration software, software as a service, and we allow more vendors to integrate and like opening up APIs. That also brings more threat exposures where the bad guy can exploit and get into the network. So again, just reiterating that some of the challenges we face, the employees are connecting from various locations using different devices, and consuming various resources. So we will be targeting on these three areas of securing those. How do we secure those the locations that connecting from, the remote locations? How can we secure at the device level? And the next thing is, how can we secure the servers and the platform where the valuable data are hosted? So so let's take a look at the start with the secure connectivity. So again, this is one of the approach, very traditional approach that organizations are still embracing at this moment. And so what happened is that when the remote users, when they work from home, and if they want to access the corporate resources, so if they are coming from the public Wi-Fi or even the home Wi-Fi with the no protection at all on the gateway solutions, and this typically prompt users to make the VPN connectivity. So the Sophos Connect clients essentially make a secure tunnel to the office, where the firewall, Sophos XG firewall, allow the secure tunnel between the clients and the network. And so this COM is encrypted, so there's no interceptions from the ISP or the bad actors. And so yeah, it's just creating like a kind of a pipeline that allow users to connect all these cloud resources, corporate network, the servers, SAP solutions, and so forth. So this is a traditional approach, and currently Sophos XG firewall, you can do that. And the next thing is how can we secure, instead of individual clients making the single connections back to the firewall, how can we provide like a group manner, like a branch office VPN? So we have this SD-WAN, software defined networking. So remote office is having a extended virtual LAN connectivity to the remote locations, and where they can share the data across over the secure VPN tunnel. So with the Sophos SG firewall, we have this thing called like a Sophos SD-RAD. So where you ship this little device to the remote locations, and they can just plug in and automatically dial the VPN tunnel back to the head office, and those remote employees can make secure connectivity to the cloud and to the head office to consume those data securely. And these are some of the two approach: individual VPN tunnels and the remote VPN tunnel, branch office tunnel. So another more a novel way of providing the remote access. So you probably heard of a new terminology called ZTNA. It's sort of a zero trust network. So what does zero trust network means? Unless user is verified, unless the integrity of the device that connecting from is proven, the users is allowed to consume those data. So trust nothing and verify everything. So that's essentially the zero trust network. So this is a new approach, and the clients that wants to access those data, whether in the cloud or whether in on-prem, essentially they have to comply with specific set of policy defined by the security administrators. So meaning to say that the remote user must have a proper authentication mechanism, and must have a secure device that approve to access those data. And then while they are in the network, and they have to comply to a certain set of access policies. So there is a enforcement there, and that's how the ZDNA works. First, the client will be verified across the authentication mechanism, verifies the device, and then the gateway will decide what kind of resources that the client is capable of accessing based on the integrity of the users and the clients. So our approach is that there's one client and a server. So the client is deployed on the laptop or the mobile device, and then it has to prove the integrity. And then the Sophos Central, which is hosted in the cloud, and you can set the predefined policies how you want this client to be accessible to those remote resources. And of course, the other is the ZDNA gateway, where the gateway can be deployed in a VM, where you deploy at the head office, acting as a broker service before allowing connectivity to the head office or the cloud resources. So this is the new approach. So if you have a set of remote users, deploy the ZDNA clients and create a secure tunnel back to the office and the cloud resources, and when the client is proven not reliable, for example, the device has been attacked or stolen, and you can immediately revoke the access from the clients or the users. So it's actually a more flexible deploy solutions. And so this ZDNA is the future of zero trust network, is the future of remote access and accommodating the anywhere organizations, because it provides a much better granular control on the policies and allow you to assess the risk of the devices. And again, like one of the example that I shared earlier on the Rook ransomware, where it targets the clients and further laterally spreading across the network. So that that kind of like lateral movement preventions, further enhanced with ZTNA approach, and of course the reduced friction. So we have to bear in mind that the employees are working remotely, so there will be difficulties of deploying agent software on those mobile devices. So this ZDNA allow users to like a self-service portal that they can easily deploy those client machines and then allow access. So this is just some of the UI and the UX flow. So administrator can just focus on the centralized dashboard of defining policies, and the remote users can deploy their own agents, like a self-service portal where provide the credential, download the agents, and the next thing they can easily access those resources, make them available based on the device profile, based on the users' profiles. So again, so we have to bear in mind that. So next thing is, first we talk about the how to provide the secure connectivity. The second is about how do we secure those devices. We talk about the mechanism and we talk about the devices. So we have to bear in mind that a lot of remote employees might come from various operating system of their choice, be it Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, Linux. So we have to secure all of them and provide the robust protection. So let's talk about how to secure those endpoint machines. So again, we're talking about the like ransomware attacks, unauthorized encryptions where the bad guy hold ransom of your data. And we have this Intercept X, the exploit preventions, fileless attack. And so we deploy a defense in depth approach on protecting those endpoint devices. So make sure that your endpoint machines have anti-ransomware mechanism in there. Make sure it catch fast without consuming a lot of resources. So we deploy this deep learning artificial intelligence to get the various unknown files to catch. And fundamentally, like defense in depth, allow multiple layer of protections. So let me dive into a little bit on how this anti-ransomware protection works. So, assuming the remote users, when they are working from home and when they, use computing devices, they can be exposed to various type of attack. So this ransomware, we look at the those program files, any activities within the operating systems that having behavior of unauthorized encryptions on those Office files, and we will monitor them. As soon as the endpoints, Sophos endpoint agents detected that this seems like an unauthorized encryptions on Office document, and we can immediately stop the ransomware. At the same time, the files that being encrypted by the the ransomware program, we can immediately restore back. So we are one of the leading vendor that offer this CryptoGuard, the ransomware protections very comprehensively. Not only we stop the ransomware activity, at the same time allow these valuable files to roll back to the original state. So we look at this couple of this CryptoGuards where we monitor a certain set of files. So we combine with this deep learning AI to make it faster and more effective, and protecting those unknown files. At the same time, we also protect the fileless attack, like a script-based attack or some of the more advanced persistent attack. Again, we have to bear in mind that not only protecting the majority Windows operating systems, and we have to bear in mind that anywhere organizations might be coming from any devices with various operating systems, and Intercept X can secure mobile devices, Windows and Mac and Linux devices as well. So we provide the security. So another thing is about like threat hunting. So this is a new up and coming in the reacting to those attacks. So Vincent-Bourne survey that a lot of organizations, almost half of them already implemented the human-led threat hunting. We'll talk about that a little bit later, what this threat hunting all about. And the other half of IT managers agrees that they have planned to implement threat hunting capability to their organizations. So we introduced this Intercept X with EDR. EDR stands for endpoint detections and response. So basically, not only providing the proactive, threat preventions capability that I just discussed, also, any organizations that want to initiate proactive threat hunting, you can do so with this EDR capabilities. So what is EDR all about? EDR allow you to do proactive investigations in your environment. For example, not necessarily the proactive, protection mechanism, trigger, but you might be experiencing some kind of slowness in your network, slowness in your endpoint machines. You can remotely queries to those devices what's going on, and you can investigate. And response capability is that the moment the security operation analysts discover that the machine has a potentially compromise, you can immediately take actions to stop further damage to the system. So EDR allow you to do a proactive investigation, at the same time allow you to do the response. So it's kind of like analysts on keyboard can take immediate actions. So some of the use cases example here, users that installing unauthorized software in their systems, can queries, system that miss certain security patches, and then there's any in any form of reconnaissance by the bad actors, you can immediately queries to your network activities, and you can immediately queries on certain level of investigations. So this is more like organizations that has capacity to do threat hunting by the security analysts. So EDR allow you to do this remote threat response, threat hunting, leveraging on the Intercept X with EDR installed on their endpoints. So another thing is also, of course, this might require a certain level of skill set to do so. So, if you don't have a certain capability in your organizations, let's say if your organization is very lean and small IT team, and of course, you can outsource this proactive threat hunting capability to this thing called like a managed threat response. So managed threat response is like a security operations centers hosted by Sophos, and a group of analysts 24/7 monitoring your organizations, be it manually and be it using AI to monitor all these activities. And in an event, any potential indicator of compromise, we can inform and we can immediately take actions and remediate the environment. So this is something for organizations that aspire to do threat huntings but do not have the capacity to do so, can leverage on managed threat response. So another thing is, of course, we talk about how to secure devices, and we talk about how to secure those data that hosted in the clouds. So again, this server protection, so you can have the same level of protections capability on Windows servers, file servers that you host in the clouds, and of course any S3 buckets that you deploy as software development, and you can secure them with the Intercept X advanced EDR. And the next thing is about the cloud optics. So cloud optics offer the network visualization. So any AWS, GCP, Azure cloud resources that are missing some of the security components, for example, over privilege, the IAM access, any insecure S3 buckets, you can take like a couple of clicks away, and you can secure them immediately with the cloud optics. And this is some of the remarks from our CISO at Sophos. If you have like multiple cloud resources, you can immediately correlate and secure them in a couple of clicks away using the cloud optics. So of course, you can secure them with the Sophos XG firewall as well. So if you are protecting those cloud resources, so all these are providing with the central management, so you don't have to invest in the central management platform and all these ZDNA clients, firewall, and cloud resources in the single dashboard, and providing as a free from Sophos. And the next thing is also across the synchronized security. So we observe that in any given environment, average 3.3 hours. So from the moment the threat is detected until the cleanup, average is about 3.3 hours, man hours required. So with the synchronized security, it only takes about 8 seconds. When the machine compromised, the firewall detected, isolated, and clean up, it only takes about 8 seconds. So, so of course, the solutions that Sophos offers, the 50% of the admin workloads reduce, and of course 85% of the security improve. So this is what we see as in advanced protections, single platform, and automated response. Just to sum up, let me wrap it up. The securing the anywhere organization require providing secure connectivity, secure devices, and securing workload that hosted in the cloud or hosted in the data center. And of course, above all, you need to have the central single pane of glass to manage all these protection mechanisms. So with that, I'd like to end my presentations here, and thank you so much for your time listening to this. Thank you.